man. Good morning.
Good morning.
We're live. Rafferty's Bar and Grill.
Rafferty's Bar and Grill.
Happy
Lots of
week
exciting
11.
things. Excited for today. Lots going on. Ohio State's last week being undefeated.
I got to give a shout out to my brother. We're sitting here at Rafferty's, and all of a sudden Ohio State's coming on the jukebox. And I'm like, that can't possibly be Carl.
Yep.
No, it was my brother.
His brother's going to be playing Ohio State songs all throughout the week without Carl even knowing about it. Because Carl won't be here half the time. So, but Florida State's also out of it after they lost their quarterback last night for the season. So it's pretty good week. Pretty good week. It's nice to see Georgia's going to win the national championship again. They just demolish everyone.
Sorry, my mom was texting me.
Yeah?
Yeah. She wanted to know if we were going to be on Facebook today. So we are now.
Speaking of people that have lots of injuries going on in the NFL as well.
Oh, boy. The AFC North.
Your whole division.
Yeah.
Yep. Let's talk about last week. We can reminisce about last week. Tell me what went wrong in fantasy last week. Who played each other in fantasy last week?
I believe we played each other. I'm trying to forget this. I'm trying to black it out of my memory.
And what happened in that game?
Yeah, CD Lamb and Dak Prescott had about 90 points between the two of them.
Oh, that's right. MVP frontrunner Dak Prescott.
Oh boy, yeah, he played pretty much a perfect game.
Yep.
Like Brock Purdy and him both played perfect games last week. Doesn't get much better than that.
Nope.
I mean, it was against the Giants.
Yep.
So, and I even lost my parlay with that teaser.
Yep.
It was rough, but you know what? I don't care about losing all of my fantasy games last week.
Nope.
Or anything, because the Browns beat the Baltimore Ravens, and what an exciting game that was.
But you also lost your quarterback.
We did lose our quarterback, but it's not like he was really
good
doing stuff for us. Yeah, we won without him. So, we'll get to that, losing the quarterback. But yeah, so the worst thing about fantasy last week was, Josh Allen. He was not very good. No, Travis Kelce was pretty bad. No, that was 2 weeks ago, right? No, that was last week.
No, it's 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. It's just been a rough season for me in general.
Colts,
so don't listen
your number
to me.
one supporter.
That's right. I got my Brown shirt on again today. Got a big game today.
You do have a big game.
Well, speaking of big games, it was going to be a lot bigger if Baltimore lost to Cincinnati on Thursday night. Kind of a boring game for a pretty hyped game.
Well, also a big thing that just happened in that game, Burrow out for the season. Mark Andrews out for the season. Because of that, in our fantasy league, I was able to trade and get Justin Jefferson on my team. Traded. Doesn't matter. I don't need him. I don't need him till my playoff run. I scored the most points in the league last week.
There's
again.
only one thing I hope is that you do not win fantasy football, because we'll have to hear about it for the next year. Yeah, I mean, like anybody but Taylor is what I'm rooting for now.
But I do have Mahomes, Dak, and Purdy, the top three quarterbacks in the NFL on my team. So it's easy to dispose Mahomes for Justin Jefferson.
So
and move on.
How big of a loss is this Mark Andrews for the Ravens?
It's pretty big.
Yeah, you think it keeps them out of the Super Bowl now, or is it...
I still think they're front runners for the Super Bowl in the AFC. So I think they're good to go.
Yeah,
Watson is.
Watson's out for the season. Yeah. Yeah, it was last week with Cleveland, they have a really good defense. Hopkins missed that extra point, and then he came back to redeem himself. So when Baltimore goes against a pretty tough defense, Lamar is not the same guy. And when he doesn't have Mark Andrews there, I'm a little worried about it. If you're going to have to play something like the Kansas City defense in the playoffs, it's going to be tough for Baltimore. But Burrow being gone, not that the Bengals really did. I mean, they had some playoff hopes. They were in the bottom of the AFC North, and now they have what is their record now?
They have zero hope. Doesn't matter.
That doesn't matter. All right.
Yep,
so that's great because they were the favorite to win the division at the beginning of the year. So hate to see injuries, but it happens. It happened to my quarterback,
It's going to be a pretty exciting week. It's going to be
Zach Royal. Go Buckeyes, Zach Royal.
Oh.
Michigan sucks.
Whoa.
Whoa.
No.
Hi.
Who's Tyler?
I don't know.
That's my nephew.
Hi. Say hi to your nephew. Brandon saying hi.
Oh, hi,
from
Brandon.
Arizona. What time is
he's
it?
up early.
Dang.
Good morning, Brandon.
Whoa.
Brandon's excited because Kyler Murray's back. Did he delete his hi?
I guess.
He's like, don't talk to me. It's too early. So, all right. Well,
let's talk game one. Let's talk your game.
Oh, we're going to my game right away.
You guys favored by 2.5 somehow.
Still, okay. I thought it was 1, but we're still favored by 2.5.
How is that possible?
Well, it is in Cleveland. We do have a really good defense. Pittsburgh's offense is pretty horrible. The running game just started to take off in the last 2 weeks now.
Yep.
Kenny Pickett, he hasn't had an interception like 3 games or something like that. But
Myles Garrett leading the league in sacks.
And
TJ
TJ
Watt.
Watt's right there. Yep,
Yep.
TJ Watt's right there with him. I'm intrigued to see Dorian Thompson-Robinson play today. He played in the Ravens. We played against the Ravens week 2. He was, he's a rookie, second week of the season. I don't think really know what to expect. Now he's been sitting on the bench. He's been seeing some stuff. He seems a lot more ready that they're going to be putting him in this game. All he really has to do is manage the game because Deshaun wasn't doing great. His best half was last week against Baltimore. He had I think he had 0 incompletions in the second half. He was like 14 for 14. But it's not like you're replacing a Dak or Patrick Mahomes or something like that. You're kind of replacing a mediocre quarterback. So they can get that run game. The run game's been great. I've been losing Nick Chubb with Ford and Hunt back there. They had a great game against Baltimore. They had almost 200 yards rushing.
It'll definitely be the best game of the 1 o'clock games. Definitely one to watch.
It's only 500.
Vegas is definitely betting on your defense, who has given up the least yards per game in the NFL.
Keeping us in here. Yeah. I expect them to get a turnover today. I'll maybe pick
Kenny Pickett is one of the worst QBs in the league, so it makes it pretty easy to bet at that.
We need to win this game. Pittsburgh again last week outgained again and still won the game against the Packers. So I don't know. Pittsburgh finds ways to win these games.
Yep.
And she said, "Okay, I guess you don't know me." We do now, and we appreciate you watching the show
for sure.
Yeah, I gotta say Cleveland. Obviously, I can't pick against them, but I am a little bit nervous about this. The team seems to rally when Deshaun, was out before with an injury. They rallied around TJ Walker.
There he is, warming up over there.
Yeah. So where did he go to school? UCLA, right?
Yep.
Yeah, he's from UCLA. Who had a big win yesterday against USC too.
Yeah, Caleb Williams did not look good.
Did he cry again?
He's not good. I don't know. Do not draft him first and give him a piece of your team, please.
But I could see Pittsburgh again coming away with some kind of a win. The coaching was great for the Browns last week. I think it was some of the best coaching I've seen.
Well, the coaching is good for the
yeah,
Steelers.
But I'm saying you got to coach at that level. You coached against the Ravens, against the Steelers, because Mike Tomlin just figures things out there. And Pittsburgh has a pretty good defense too. They're almost comparable. Cleveland's a little bit better, but
I'm picking the Steelers today, obviously, just because you guys have DTR going in there and going against a vaunted defense like Pittsburgh, and they're kind of pulling it together. Even though they're getting outgained every game, they're still finding ways to make it happen. I picked them at least to cover the 2.5. So by losing a point or two, helps with all my bets on the new Hard Rock app. Bet responsibly. And yeah.
What is with all these like 3 names like DTR, CMC, JSN, AOC? It's kind of fun.
Well, McCaffrey's one last name.
Well, I mean, it's Dante Foreman will be playing it, and I think Najee is not starting. I think they're starting Jalen Warren over Najee today because he has been playing pretty well. So, yeah, I'm gonna go with Cleveland just because I have to. I can't pick against them, but I'm very, very nervous about today. I'm actually gonna probably not watch it at a bar.
Really, I'm gonna watch it right here, live from Rafferty's Bar and Grill, downtown Sarasota.
I'm sure I'll be texting you massively throughout the game.
Lions Bears. Speaking of people coming back from injury, good old Justin Terrell Pryor Jr. coming back today. After the Bears have just been lighting up everyone, going 2-2 in their last 4. Secret agent just showing why he's the dynamic face of the NFL. Then they bring back Justin Fields.
I mean,
he's going to show why.
They gotta stop winning.
He's going to show why. He's horrible, and Ohio State's horrible. And you should never go with Ohio State quarterback.
Except
not
for
named
CJ Stroud.
We're just living.
Yeah, I'm just calling you Tyler today.
Yeah, well, Tyson. Tyson Bagent.
I am surprised that Detroit's not favored more in this game, to be honest with you. Detroit snuck one out against the Chargers last week in LA. But, I mean, Detroit has a really, really easy schedule going forward. They could be a favorite for that NFC Championship game with the Eagles. You have David Montgomery came back really well last week.
Jahmyr Gibbs they're incorporating Jahmyr Gibbs a little bit more and playing a little bit better with him in there.
The one highlight of the Bears is they are allowing the least yards per carry in the league. I think it's about 3.3 yards per carry on running back. So,
yep.
So there's a bright spot for the Bears there. Dante Foreman had a touchdown. He's playing well. He came off the practice squad a few weeks ago. I believe they called him up.
Yep.
Khalil Herbert may be back today.
Yep.
He just like when David Montgomery was on the team, he got injured. He came back beast mode, no issues. I mean, he was just like he's playing now. Khalil Herbert not as much. You say? Foreman is much better.
Here's another Taylor coming into the bar.
Hey, hi Tyler. We're just gonna call him Taylor Tyler today. That's right. Someone on Facebook called him Tyler as well.
I watched the Blackhawks last night. They've got like Taylors and Tyler.
My Maple Leafs already won this morning in overtime and out of speeding.
No, I just did. Be quiet.
All right, let's get some B-Man in here while we
All
can.
right, what do you got to say, B-Man?
We have nothing else to say about this game.
Yeah,
Lions are going to win.
There's a lot of games like that.
Can you
too.
help me with this, please?
Oh yes. What number?
What number did Brian
Piccolo.
Piccolo were 41?
Oh.
So there we go.
We got to not put the answer on
I
there.
guess, yeah.
That's Brian's song, right? That movie?
Yes.
Yes.
And him and Gail Sayers were bestest of friends. So Sayers was 40 and Piccolo 41.
That's not the answer at 41.
If that's the answer.
That's the answer.
41 is the answer.
Why?
That's the number he wore.
Remember.
Oh,
If you ever want to cry yourself crazy.
I didn't know that part.
You read it. It's the answer.
Oh,
Tom, you ever seen Brian's song? No. Me neither.
Tearjerker.
What did he die of? Cancer?
yeah.
I think I saw it when I was like a kid. I think my dad had me watch that, but
Next game, Chargers-Packers.
oh boy. The Packers again have not scored over 21 points in I think like 6 straight games now. Chargers took that heartbreaking loss against the Lions, last second loss there. Their defense played great for 2 games, and all of a sudden Joey Bosa was nowhere to be found against the Lions. So I really can't figure out what this Chargers team. Austin Eckler is not being the Austin Eckler we know. And back in the Keenan Allen is the bright spot on that team there. But yeah, everybody's sexy pick doing the Super Bowl like the last 2 or 3 years in a row, and I don't think Brandon Staley is a Super Bowl.
Now, he'll probably get canned at the end of the year.
Is he the coach on the hottest seat right now?
He was at the beginning of the season, and he probably will if they lose this game, get fired. But he always somehow is on that hot seat and then wins the next game that he's supposed to get fired. So I feel like they're going to win this game. Herbert's no longer leading the league in completion percentage. Your own Dak Prescott is leading the league now.
Your own?
Yes, your.
He's not
Your
mine.
fans out there. Everyone's MVP in your heart.
The people's champion.
The people's champion.
Dak Prescott.
He's leading the league in completion percentage now.
He's not playing in this game though, so
Dak
Speaking
is
of-
playing.
not in this game.
Oh,
Speaking of completion percentage, so Jordan Love is finding ways to spread the ball around a little bit. Aaron Jones is getting some catches. You have Dobbs. Watson's actually been the quietest guy where they thought Watson was going to be the best receiver there for Green Bay. But yeah, Green Bay just Love is showing flashes of stuff, but I think he should be further along after sitting behind Aaron Rodgers for so long. And Aaron Jones almost looks like he's regressing a little bit. He had a great week 1, has been hurt a little bit, but he just doesn't look like the Aaron Jones that we know. AJ Dillon had a big run last week, so maybe a change in regard there.
maybe, but I'm going with Chargers today.
You know what? I think I'm going to take Green Bay. I think they find a way to win at home. Sure. Yeah, I think I got to take Green Bay with this one. They had some really close losses, some heartbreaking losses. So, the Packers fans have been showing up here at Rafferty's every week. They're trying to take back over. They're taking down the downstairs.
Are they?
That's like the pack patio or something we should call it. So, but yeah.
Dol-
No.
Dolphins, Raiders. This is a big spread. I actually like the Raiders with the points in this game. 13.5. That's a lot.
Yeah, I thought there'd be more of the Detroit-Chicago spread compared to this one.
Right. I feel like the Raiders have been playing well since Antonio Pierce took
But who
over.
did they beat? The Giants
Still.
and the Jets.
They're playing good. Miami's coming off a game to where if you do play some good defense against them, they kind of struggle. So,
Miami's 6-0 against teams sub 500. So Miami finds ways to beat the bad teams.
well, Raiders are right at 500.
Yeah. So Josh Jacobs finally came out last week and showed, I think it was his first 100-yard rush game of the season last week. But if Crosby can get to Tua's not great under pressure. That's the one thing. But Tua releases the ball so fast. He's got the highest release rate.
Yeah, slants and drag routes and screens is definitely Tua's thing, and then he'll take some pop shots downfield and just chuck it up to Tyreek.
And Devon Achane, I believe, is back today.
He's
averaging 12.5 yards per carry right now, which is insane.
Insane. Fastest guy at the combine out of Texas A&M. We've talked about him before. Him and Mostert 1-2 punch. We're hoping Mostert gets the ball more because Mostert's on all my fantasy teams.
And Mostert's been playing well too. He's averaging 4 something to carry as well. So yeah, Miami. It's more their defense, honestly, that it concerns me a little bit. But their offense seems to be hitting on all cylinders. I do think they're going to win. They're back in Miami. Vegas is coming over here. I guess you couldn't have a football game with the F1 race going on this weekend. It kind of would be a mess. So that worked out well.
But I'm picking Miami to win, but not picking them to win by more than 13.5. I can see it being a 10-point game.
I think in one of my parlays, I have them winning, and then the other one I had Las Vegas
Covering.
We'll see. Yeah, maybe I'll get $21,000.
Nice to see the Eagles up there, started their 5-game losing streak. That's about to happen. It's going to be nice.
We'll get to that one. That's gonna be a good one. Monday Night Football finally has a good.
It's not going to
game,
be that close.
But
Don't worry about it.
all right. So yeah, both have Miami in this one.
Yep.
What's the
Next,
game?
you are winning the pick'em, by the way.
I am winning the pick 'em by like 3. I won 2 weeks or 3 weeks in a row. So you guys should follow my picks
Should.
because apparently I am picking
This is my survivor next game. My survivor pick of the week. Mine lost last week, so I'm only have one left.
What was yours last week?
There's only 5 people left in the Rafferty's league.
How much is the win for that?
It's
$100.
300 and something.
Oh wow.
Yeah, nice little payout for their survivor league. I picked Cincinnati last week. They lost to the Texans
Oh,
somehow.
that's right.
And then
Somehow.
I'm picking the Commies today against the Giants to pull off the win.
I can't imagine how that.
Yeah, I mean Sam Howell leading the league in passing right now.
He is leading the league in passing.
And
speaking of
Eagles.
Eagles and their 5-game losing streak, here's the Eagles' own Tony DeMarco, who once used to be a fantasy football league champion and now has nowhere but be found in the league.
Is he in last place?
I don't know, Tom. Where is Tony ranked? Below Tom, he said. He's
Okay,
ranked
that's all
way
that
below
matters.
Tom.
Washington, the offense is actually
He is.
playing great.
He does not have a loss though in the Survivor League. To give Tony some props.
Oh, so he could be.
He could win.
Yeah, he doesn't have a loss yet. That's pretty good.
Well, he picked the Cowboys last week, which is smart by him.
Well, and he also had the Cowboys left, which is smart by him.
Yep.
So
Commies, Giants. Yeah, Sam Howell lead the league in passing.
They're getting it to everybody there too. They did dismantle that defense a little bit with taking both the edge rushers out, trading those guys away. So I can't really figure Washington out. They're not going to make the playoffs. Is Ron Rivera another one on the hot seat?
Tony did pick Washington as his survivor pick, like me today too. He did say Tom did beat him in fantasy.
He is on the hot.
Yeah, Ron Rivera. Too.
Oh yeah, everyone wants Ron Rivera out of there. A lot of the guys who transferred over to their new team said that the way that the other teams are doing things are way more meticulous in their game planning and the way they do things, and they're much more attention to detail as opposed to the things that they were doing in Commie Land. But Sam Howell and them are finding a way to get things done, and obviously they're going against Tommy DeVito and the Giants, who are a mess. So,
the Giants. Oh boy,
my Cowboys beat them last week. We scored 12 touchdowns this year against the Giants in both games we played against them. The Giants have only scored 12 touchdowns all year.
Saquon had an okay game.
Doesn't matter.
That's
Did he?
Yeah,
Like
that's
50 yards?
that's the whole team right there. I mean, Tommy DeVito's not doing anything. The defense is awful. Everyone was so high on him after last season, make playoffs.
I know
Bengals, great coach.
everyone I talked to who's a Giants fan said, "Oh no, we weren't expected to do anything this year." I'm like, I'm pretty sure the whole offseason was just saying they were building off last year's playoff
Right.
victory and how they're going to be better this year.
Danny Dimes or Danny.
And
Pace,
we
as you call him.
just proved that they were a fluke. The Eagles are a fluke. We're
Yeah.
all good.
Giants are going to have one of those top draft picks there.
Yep.
It's going to be.
They're going to
interesting.
take Caleb Williams, who's a fluke. So
What is UFC's record right now?
it's not good.
They were like 4th in the opening polls too. Yeah. So yeah, Washington all day in this one. I don't know if the Giants win another game this year.
Nope. Next game, Cowboys Panthers. We don't really have to talk about this game that much. We know that Dak.
I'm surprised you guys have actually a lower spread this week than last week against the Giants.
Yeah, I've obviously picked them to cover this spread.
What is it, 11.5?
I had it at 11.5. They're going to cover that. Dak, obviously MVP front runner, 3rd in the league in QBR. He's gone 305 and 5 touchdowns to 370 and 4 touchdowns to 404 and 5 touchdowns the last 3 weeks. He's obviously killing it.
Dallas is a very, very complete team. I mean, you are blowing out really bad teams.
Yes.
Which say you should blow out Carolina today.
CeeDee Lamb, the only player in NFL history with 3 straight games of 10 catches and 150 yards receiving. Only player in history. He's done that 3 games.
AJ Brown.
No, only player in history. Look it up.
The only. I mean, is there a bright spot for the Panthers?
No, there's not.
Adam Thielen has been their best offensive. Yeah, all the Bears fans are rooting for the Panthers to lose.
Bryce Young's been sacked. He looks terrible. It's going to be a blowout.
Will Bryce Young ever be a legitimate quarterback in this league?
No.
I mean, it's really hard to throw a rookie on a bad team. Yeah. I mean,
Well, he's 5'8" too.
so the Panthers have, in the last couple of years, have had Baker Mayfield on their team, Sam Darnold on their team, Bryce Young on their team. These are all top 3
Jimmy
draft
Clausen.
picks. I mean, they're all top 3 draft picks. And yeah, the Panthers it just sucks to be a Panthers fan.
Suburbs.
I really, in my heart of hearts, believe that coaching has a lot to do with make or break quarterbacks, whether it's the head coach or the quarterback.
Well, I mean,
Well, I don't know. The
Bears
Bears.
are
The Bears can only give Justin Fields so many quarterbacks before they prove that he's the problem. Right?
Give the Bears Justin Fields so many.
Justin Fields have had so many
I know that.
coaches to show that Coaching's not the problem there.
I'm intrigued to see what he does after sitting out for a few weeks,
Well, they're going to get smoked.
I hope so, because I picked the Lions in all my parlays.
Me too.
Yeah, Dallas wins this one easy.
Jags Titans.
What happened to Jacksonville last week? Jacksonville was looking good. I think they were on a 5-game win streak. They go over to across the pond there, as they say, and win 2 games.
That's the problem. Going across the pond.
And then
Yeah.
coming back.
And then you get San Francisco off the bye. They
Wow.
just got destroyed. I mean, ETN was playing great before that game. He couldn't do anything last
Well, Trevor
week.
Lawrence is finally going against a proper defense. 49ers got a little bit healthy. Obviously, Purdy in that losing streak, he was concussed. So for him to be concussed for 3 games and then play it off, he actually gets his week off, gets back in the groove of things, throwing dimes. Was
And
amazing.
They win 37-3, I think it was, and CMC didn't have a touchdown. Ruins his streak.
Yep.
And it was funny in his press conference. He was like, "I suck. I'm
Yep.
terrible." Yeah. But Kittle is really starting to make an impact there. Kittle was a little bit quieter last year. We used to talk about him in the likes of Travis Kelce and Zach Ertz a few years ago, and Kittle's really stepping up. Purdy had almost a perfect game last week too. You and your quarterback and Purdy.
Yeah, your boy Will Levis last week also came back down to earth. He threw. Thing is that he's doing one of those make or break kind of quarterbacks, chucking it down the field. So if it's a big play, it works out. If not, he's getting picked off, and that's the reason why you have a lot of pussy quarterbacks that come off and just throw dink and dunk it and throw.
Well,
a
we
little.
always see it too with new quarterbacks come in and nobody has any film, nobody knows anything. Nick Mullins a few years ago, these guys come in and he has a great game, throwing 4 touchdowns to DeAndre Hopkins, and since then he's done nothing. And they are, again, I said it last week, 3-0 when Derrick Henry rushes more than 20 attempts. Get Derrick Henry the ball, but he was held to like 2.2. I mean, the Bucs dominated them.
Yep.
Tennessee just as another. There's a lot of teams that are a mess and have a lot of things to do in the offseason, rebuilding and things like that. Because Tennessee was not dominant, but leading the division or the favorites win the division not so long ago. I know my
Mama
mom.
Dukes.
She didn't say anything though.
Weird.
She just wants to know she's watching.
Oh,
She's always watching.
always watching.
Always watching.
She's always on
I'm
your ring
afraid she's
camera.
making me my potato stuffing for Thanksgiving.
Oh, nice. It is Thanksgiving.
It's Thanksgiving week.
It is.
Yeah. Happy
Yeah.
Thanksgiving, everybody.
So before we see you guys again, we'll see 2 Cowboys victories before.
We have Thanksgiving and we have a Black Friday game.
Oh.
Yeah, it's Dolphins. Jets? I forget, but there's a Black Friday game. So there will not be a lot of games to talk about next week.
No,
It's maybe the Cowboys playing on Thursday.
doesn't matter. We win.
Again,
Easy win.
Taylor's world. We're
Easy
just
win.
living in it.
Easy
Where are you
win.
going for
We're-
Thanksgiving? Your mom's?
Yeah.
You want to come over with Tatum later? I'm cooking a turkey. It's just
Well,
me
I
and
only,
Mo.
I only have Tatum till 2.
Oh, it's only me and Mo. So come on over for some drinks on our way home. My mom I got to work in the morning. So yes, I do work at Thanksgiving. And so I'm going to cook dinner afterwards. My mom's going to her boyfriend's daughter's. So
I'm picking the Jags in this one.
yeah, I got to take Jacksonville too. I think they bounced back. They found a way to bounce back. I don't know. They're leading division right now, but I think this next game has somebody creeping up behind them.
Who, Texans Cardinals?
Yeah, look at that, my segue. I get these good segues.
Obviously, Stroud's been playing great. Kyler Murray somehow came in and got the Arizona
The
victory last
mosquito
time.
running around back there.
God, he looked terrible, but somehow made it happen. All we care about today, Carl, at 1:00 is that game over there and a little Steelers Browns.
Yeah, there's not much great to say about Arizona. I think Seth Stroud's gonna have another big game. Arizona's defense is just awful right now. James Conner's coming back too, so they're gonna have a little bit of a healthier team there. But the big thing with Houston is their offensive line has been giving CJ Stroud a really clean pocket. He's had, and if it's not like Nico Collins, I believe is out again. He just finds the next guy.
Well, Noah Brown, former
Yeah.
Cowboy, has been killing it for them.
Tank Dell.
Tank Dell, rookie.
I mean, he could Stroud's going to be offensive rookie of the year, but Houston started more rookies than any other team has started this year, and they've all been just playing well. And it's fun to see after Houston's been so dismal. Although having Deshaun Watson sitting out for the year on my team, then
How the
seeing
Raiders
Houston,
going to do today, Carl? Are they going to cover that 13.5? That's what I said.
13.5 is a big spread.
It is for an NFL game.
Yeah, it's
And the
that.
way you guys have been inspired,
And Josh Jacobs finally showed up.
he's on Carl's fantasy team. So
Oh, all right. How many Raiders do you have on your fantasy team?
Just one.
Okay,
Yeah, I'm not.
you're not
I'm
him.
not a homer.
Yeah, it's always Cowboys and Eagles fans that draft all the Eagles players and all the Cowboys players.
well, Tom's going against Allen, who has all the comedies players.
Oh yeah, Allen does do that, but he has Devontae Adams.
Well, they're playing the Giants.
Yeah, Arizona did win last week.
I'm picking the Texans this day. I
I'm
don't
just
care.
trying to find something
Doesn't matter
fun
what
on
you
there.
can say. The Texans are going to win that one. That's the beginning of the 4:00 games that I'm
Yeah.
not going to watch.
Are you taking
I know that is a 1:00 game too.
Are you taking the Jags or the Texans to win the division?
I'm taking the Jags.
All right. I know Texans are creeping up there. I think they have to play each other again too coming up soon. So that'll be a fun one. It'll be a fun one. CJ Stroud, best Ohio State quarterback to ever play the game. I love you. Got to root for one thing. Ohio
He's my
State.
quarterback and my kicker's booty.
What? Did you see when he scored in Cincinnati? He came in even end zone and did the OHIO. I like that. It was cute.
It was not cute.
It was adorable.
Bucks Niners.
Next week when we're here, by the way, either me or Carl will be crying.
Oh yeah, Sunday.
Yeah.
It will be.
Are you gonna watch it?
I gotta be at work.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I work every Ohio State Michigan game. It's a Saturday after Thanksgiving.
Gotcha.
Thank
Super
God the last 2 years in a row, my bar has been full of Ohio State fans watching with me. And I told my other two bartenders, guys, I'm not gonna work for the
I won't
next
be.
3 hours.
I won't be here this year for the game, but I was here because I have Tatum. But I was here last year, and it was. I've never seen Carl more happy in his life.
If you change, you really harm.
Now, Carl's being a good sport, so I'm not going to say anything about cheaters or anything. So,
No, well, I told Carl this yesterday. It was funny. The most hypocritical thing yesterday in the game was they were holding up sand signs so people couldn't see their plays. Oh, that was hilarious.
that is funny.
Bucks Niners.
Oh, this is another 13.
First of the 4:00 games
Yeah,
right
it's
here.
another 13.5 point spread, which I kind of think is
I
kind
have
of
11
high.
and a half.
Oh, I saw 13.5 this morning. I thought that was kind of high.
Bucks got off the Schneid.
The first Schneid reference this season. It
Well,
only took
after
until week 11.
Their 5-game losing streak or whatever it was.
Yeah, against the Titans, though. Baker is playing probably his best year he's played since he was drafted. But I mean, San Fran just looked like they needed that bye week and figure things out.
Yeah,
They
San
look
Fran.
unbeatable again.
It's San Fran and us in the NFC, and Chiefs and Ravens in the AFC. So it's going to be the 4 of us coming down to the Super Bowl, really, in the championship game.
Well,
So
see if CMC starts to streak back up with another touchdown.
I think he will today.
The Bucks have a pretty tight run defense.
Yeah, I thought their pass defense was supposed to be good, but then Vita Vea kind of reinvigorated himself in the middle there. I'm going to pick, obviously, San Fran today to win easily. I don't know if it's going to be by 11 and a half. They may win by 10, but they're going to get the victory.
So far, I have picked every home team except for Dallas. And I just realized that. Interesting.
That should be your other betting prowess.
Now,
is
Tampa,
$5.
do you think does Tampa have a chance of winning the division? I know the Saints are right there right now. But again, I call this the worst division in the NFL, which is still holding true.
I'm thinking the Saints are going to win the division.
The Bears getting that win against the Panthers helped me with, you said it was the NFC North. I said it was the NFC South. So keep losing NFC South. You're doing me good.
Yeah, you are holding that true. I didn't know that Super Bajan would come in and get them 2 victories like that. If it was Fields, they would have kept losing. But unfortunately, that.
Yeah, if anyone is taking Tampa in this game, yeah.
Another divisional matchup next.
Oh my God, the Bills.
Bills Jets.
The Bills. What is going on?
Well, I mean, it's very, very evident what's going on. Josh Allen's going on. He's having a terrible game. They've been one of the most efficient offenses in the league, actually, and they fired their offensive coordinator about being the second most efficient offense of the league. Then they've also gone by. Josh Allen has 11 picks on throw.
I thought it was 9.
Oh well,
A lot.
yeah. So he has the most. Him and CJ Stroud have the same amount of throwable passes that could have been intercepted in the league, except he's been more unlucky, essentially, because he has 9 picks and CJ Stroud has 2 picks. So that kind of goes to show you where sometimes luck goes into play or bad hands of the defensive
the
team.
Bills played one of the worst games I've ever seen. Just sloppy to penalties. The 12 men on the field. Fire the special teams coordinator. Why'd you fire the offensive
Ken
coordinator?
Dorsey. I mean, heralded hero, your hero
The
from national
2002
championship.
loser
No,
to Ohio
2001
State.
and 2002 winner, back-to-back national championship.
But the Jets, it's
Now it's gonna be Joe Brady.
one of these teams is gonna have 6 losses, which is so weird to say. The Jets, obviously, I expect that.
Breaking news: Aaron Rodgers slated to come back Christmas Eve.
Wow. Aaron Rodgers. Merry Christmas, New York Jets. Your quarterback, Aaron Rodgers, is coming back. Which is a great thing because Zach Wilson has 5 touchdowns this whole season. And it's week 11.
He did go over to Germany and get that same surgery that Peyton Manning and Kobe Bryant got that miraculously saved their
Was
careers.
the room really dark? Did he sit in a dark room for a few days?
Lots of injections.
Are you paying the bill?
Yeah, the Jets cannot score touchdowns. They are terrible. I don't think they scored a touchdown in their last 56 drives or something crazy like
How's
that.
that weather supposed to be up there today?
It's just called rain's coming. Are they in,
There's your boy Tua.
are they in New York?
It's
There
in
you go,
Buffalo, yeah.
No, I don't know about Buffalo. I know about the Jets
We're going there.
next week.
I'm picking Buffalo today. I feel like they're going to get off the schneid.
Yeah, they got to right the ship somehow. I mean, the Broncos coming out to beat them. The Broncos keep beating the good teams. It's weird.
Well, their defense was the worst
The
defense
Chiefs.
in NFL history to now they've figured it out.
Yeah, I mean, they got to protect Josh Allen. He's got to stop making stupid mistakes. Stephon Diggs is the only really bright spot of that offense there. The Jets have a good defense, though. I'm going to be intrigued to see how the Bills, playing so sloppy and poorly, go against this good Jets defense.
I'm picking the Bills.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to pick the Bills, too, even though they screwed us. Another home team.
Bills have had a lot of injuries on the defense, too. So they got to overcome a lot of that. But Josh Allen, obviously, if he doesn't turn the ball over, they win. If they do turn the ball over, they lose.
If they don't make playoffs this year, is the window closed for them?
Yes,
Window is closed. It's about this far from a.
I'm closing it.
Close the window. All right.
Seahawks, Rams, another interdivision
This
rivalry.
is actually a really interesting game to me. Matthew Stafford's coming back.
Yes.
But McVay owns the Rams. We saw that week 1. Everyone's the Seahawks. He coaches the Rams. He owns the Seahawks. Week 1, everyone was so high on Seattle. Geno Smith, they're coming off this great year, and then the Rams go in and beat them. It's going to be an interesting game. I really the Seahawks are kind of figuring out, I guess.
Kenneth Walker's been playing good, and Jigba's been playing good.
Yeah,
They haven't thrown the ball.
Charbonnet mixing in there.
They haven't thrown the ball to Metcalf at all. But their defense has been the lackey part. They've given up 173 yards a game the last 3 games, which is the most in the league, obviously. If you're giving up that many rushing yards a game, you're probably not doing very well. The Rams have been terrible all year, but who knows coming off the bye how good they're really going to be.
Well, the best part about the Rams is they only have a rushing game.
Right.
What is it? Henderson and Bryce Freeman back?
Well, they got Pakua and all this.
Yeah, but he's a receiver.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah. Cooper Kupp and Puka Nacua.
Puka.
I'm
I'm going to pick Seattle today. I just feel like they're the better team, but I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't bet on this game. I wouldn't be surprised if Seattle or LA wins this
I
game.
think I have picked each of them in one of my parlays there. I'm pretty mad.
Might as well stick with your home team theme and
I
keep
think
going.
I'm going to. I think I'm going to stick with the Sean McVay factor that he somehow owns Pete Carroll. And yeah, although speaking of Puka and Jackson Smith and Jigba, and how many good rookies are there this year? This has been a great year for rookies, other
I
than
know.
Mike Bryce Young.
Don't pay anyone ever. Just get a rookie.
Yeah, I mean, there's been so many great rookie performances this year. I'm really excited about that.
Aiden O'Connell, killing it. Speaking of rookies.
It's been a fun year for this. So going forward in the NFL, we're gonna have a fun season. This has been one of the more fun seasons to watch.
He's not your quarterback of the future, Carl? Aiden O'Connell isn't the quarterback of the future for the Raiders? No.
I think
Justin
we're going to get him in the draft this year.
Yeah? You're going to get a little Drake May?
I think we might get Mr. Daniels from LSU.
Oh, Jaden Daniels. He's good.
I think that's what we're talking
Yeah. That's what real quarterback play looks like. Instead of Heisman frontrunner, J.J. McCarthy, 10 of 22 for 140 yards in a
Yesterday
pick.
was Dick Prescott. Oh, I'm sorry, Dak Prescott.
Yeah, number 1 in the
Yeah,
MVP.
win a Super Bowl.
Now you got to win a Super Bowl to be a good. What about Dan Marino? We did. We won a game last year.
Win.
Last year.
The gloves are coming off.
Way to go.
Come here, talk shit to Taylor.
No,
Yeah.
It's great.
The Cowboys choke.
Carl.
Like-
All you got to do is talk about it. Get Carl
Just like
riled
the
up.
Blue Jays and just like the
I'm
Miami
just gonna
Hurricanes.
say, yeah,
We're
it's
6
spread
and
on-
6 right now.
Going back to my
We're
point,
6-5.
it's been a really fun year. Nobody's
Oh,
undefeated.
yeah, and the
Good
Matrix.
teams are getting beat by
Yeah, we
bad
just won
teams.
this morning.
No championship.
Yeah, that's fine. Let's go.
Sorry, Columbus Blue
When's the
Jackets.
last time you guys won a championship? How old were you? One? Were you one?
For what?
Football. Right.
No, I was 11.
Oh, like that, 11. Okay, my bad.
When were you? Never.
No, I actually no. It's not true. We won a championship in '84.
Listen, nobody was alive when the Browns won the Super Bowl.
They never won.
Because
The
they've
Super
never won
Bowl.
the Super
They've never
Bowl.
been to the Super Bowl.
They're a hosted or been to. It's like a fun trivia fact all the time.
Vikings Broncos.
What is going on with the Broncos?
They're playing good. The defense is playing good.
To say, he's all over the Broncos for winning over the Chiefs. Patrick freaking Mahomes had the flu.
Yeah, but they won last week too.
Yeah, they beat
Beat
Patrick
the-
Mahomes and they beat Josh Allen
That's pretty good. Back-to-back
And-
weeks
and Buffalo.
in Buffalo.
And now they're back at Mile High, which I just saw for the first time last week.
Then I'll
It's
say
a cool looking stadium. They got that big
Yeah.
Bronco up there.
So they play the Vikings. Josh Dobbs.
I love
coming in,
Josh Dobbs.
saving the day for them. Denver's favored in this game by 2.5. It is at Mile High. It is tricky up there this time of year. It's pretty freaking cold. That's why I don't live in Colorado anymore, because it is a frozen nightmare tundra of death.
Where did you take Tatum to? The Rockies game there?
I did.
That stadium is like right next to the
Yeah, it's right
train
next door.
station, to the train
Meow Wolf
station.
is right there.
Well, Meow Wolf is next to Meow Wolf was cool.
Yeah.
Definitely gotta take some psychedelics next time I go.
Well, they have one. So they have one. They have one in Santa Fe, one in Vegas. They're all different. One in Denver, and now they're building one in somewhere in Dallas.
There's one in Orlando. Are
No, they haven't built it yet.
you sure?
Pretty sure.
It was on the website because I was like, I'm definitely gonna not take drugs and go there.
She's not promoting drug use at all.
No. Just wear my cool like reflective glasses.
Vikings, Broncos. So I'm going to actually pick the Broncos today. I just feel like their momentum's playing good. I feel like their defense is clicking at the right time. Obviously, they went over the struggles that they had earlier in the year.
Is
And
Russ back?
no, I mean, their running game's going into effect. Javonte, they're giving the ball a little bit more to him. He had a great game last week. They have McLaughlin as backup, who's playing great as well whenever they need another.
From Notre Dame College in Cleveland, Ohio.
There you go.
Yeah, it's not the University of Notre Dame. It's Notre Dame College.
Even though Josh Dobbs is playing good, JJ's still not coming back this week. He's not going to come back till next week. Addison and them.
Hawkinson's been killing it.
Addison and Hawkinson have been playing well. I'm going to go because it's in Denver, because the way they've been playing, the momentum they have. I'm going to pick the Broncos.
I am going to literally go bookends here with the away teams.
You mean the home teams?
No,
Oh.
away.
Oh,
yeah.
you're picking Vikings.
I am picking the Vikings. I think that they have that spark right now. Josh Dobbs, everyone was kind of down when Kirk Cousins got hurt. He's come in there and he's just done a good job. They just have a good feeling to them. Their defense has been playing better since the beginning of the season. Madison's going to play today. And sometimes Justin Jefferson's great, but when you have this new quarterback come in, he's finding chemistry with like I said, Hawkinson was his main target last week. And I just can't trust Denver yet. They beat the good teams, but they lose the mediocre and bad teams. So I'm going to
So that's the Sunday night game tonight, and then the Monday night game, Eagles Chiefs. So this could be the conspiracy game of the week. Everyone's talking about how
let me borrow a Cowboys jersey and we'll show up here tomorrow night.
we should.
We should.
The conspiracy game of the week. Everyone's saying that Amazon is in cahoots with Taylor Swift, and they want them to be able to get together with their podcasts and everyone to come together. That's why they're getting all the flags in every single game, both teams. So we're going to see and they're going to end up back in the Super Bowl and get paid.
If Roger Goodell thinks he cares about Taylor Swift, I mean, you are the NFL commissioner, and
Well, I mean, there was a guy that blatantly threw the flag against Dak when he said, "Is this guy the tackle is eligible to play?" And then they called a legal formation after we scored a touchdown. The guy that called that penalty lives right outside of Philly, FYI, and he got suspended for a year for colluding and being a bad rep. So I'm just saying. Well, it has nothing to do with Goodell. It has to do with paying off the refs. All you got to do is just give them a little side cash, and you're good to go.
Hi, Chelsea.
Hey, Chelsea.
Hi, Chelsea. Kiss the baby for
But
us.
this could be the beginning of Eagles' 5-game losing streak. It's going to be a nice, easy 5-game. Chiefs are only favored by 2.5. They're going to win by at least 10.
It's weird. Both of these teams' identities have changed so much since they played in the Super Bowl last year. We don't see that crazy offense from the Chiefs anymore. Their defense is outstanding. They're second in the league, holding opponents to 15.9 points per game. Like Chris Jones has just been great. What's the college office? The white guy with the Greek name. I can't say his name, but he's a sack master over there. And then Philly is a little bit different as well. Like they don't have that run game that we saw. We saw the one game from Swift. AJ Brown is great, but I do think what do you call him? Jalen Squirts, 8 touchdowns, 1 interception over the last 3 games. He's got a passer rating over 100 the last 3 games. He's been playing great too. I know you don't like to ever give him any credit, so
No, they had 3 fumbles against us that bounced right back into their arms.
somebody's salty.
Well, we're going to beat them. One of these 5 games that they lose is against us.
So this might actually work out for you picking against the Eagles every single time because
Well, they're going to lose 5 in a row. Yeah. So
This is going to be a great game. Monday
Chiefs,
night, in
Chiefs,
Arrowhead.
49ers.
When they were in Germany, it sounded like they were in Arrowhead. There was so many fans there. Yeah, Arrowhead's going to be lit. It's going to be fun.
Who are you picking? It's the
I'm
key.
picking KC.
Everyone knows who I'm picking.
Yeah, I'm picking KC. How many times, I want to make a drinking game of how many times they show Mrs. Kelsey and they talk about Jason and Travis. Like, I love them. They're from my actual hometown, like Cleveland Heights, Ohio. But
That's where you're from, Cleveland Heights?
at University Heights, Cleveland Heights.
Oh.
It would have been my high school. I would have gone to their high school if I went to public school.
Oh.
But I love them, and I'm just kind of getting sick of it. And I don't want to be sick of them because they're funny and I love them, but they're too popular now. It's like, it's not
What
even-
I want to know is, that's the one where we picked the number. What numbers did you pick on the Run Your Pool?
I don't even know.
oh,
The score number.
She hasn't even
I'm
pictured
about to put it in now.
What were you gonna
So,
put it?
let's say 24-17. What's the math on that?
41.
Okay. I always pick 41.
I always
I
pick
think
like
that's
I always
good.
pick like 44 to 48.
Yeah.
I put in 64.
Wow.
I
Oh,
think it's gonna be a high scoring game.
that's Patty's predictions. We should have Patty's predictions. Baby not be a man, Patty's predictions. Yeah, I'm really excited for that game. It's gonna be a fun one.
Well, happy Thanksgiving, everyone.
Happy
2 Cowboys
Thanksgiving.
big victories coming your way.
Anyone else gonna say hi to?
Go Wolverines.
Go Buckeyes.